Hello again. Thanks for joining me for another lesson in the rhythm guitar practice plan. Last lesson we had learned about power chords, okay? And in this lesson we're going to talk about sort of a related concept. This concept is muting, okay? Muting the strings. And that can mean a few different things on the guitar. Sometimes it means that we're not playing the note at all, you're not really hearing it, you're going to mute the note from your chord. I actually mentioned this earlier when we were learning about different ways to play our G chord, and I mentioned how my finger is going to sort of mute the A string, and we don't really hear that in there. That's one way to mute. Another way to mute is with the palm of this hand. I can put more or less pressure on the guitar and get sort of different sounds from my mute. And with a lot of styles of music that use power chords, it's often that these concepts are hand in hand. Be a lot of heavy muted power chords with all down picks. So I would like to show you how to utilize some of these palm muting techniques in addition to your power chords. This will give us good practice at these new power chord shapes, and then will also show us how to get the correct sound. Because if you're not doing this palm muting thing and you're trying to play along with some of your favorite songs using these power chords, it might not sound right. And you might be doing everything right and playing all the right chords, but it just might be an issue of the palm mute. So I always think about it as the karate chop kind of part of the hand there, if you can think about it that way, and you just are going to let that rest on the strings. I like to do it fairly close to the bridge. Okay, the closer to the bridge you get, I find the better sound you get, because the tension of the strings is different here. If you kind of push on your strings, you can notice that they're a little more tense here, and so our palm is not going to affect the vibration quite as much, but rather just kind of help with this nice, almost subdued kind of tone here. Okay, this is maybe another reason why all upstrokes are common in this style, because it's kind of hard for me to do this alternate picking while keeping my palm muting the strings. But to just do this motion and do all down, for me that's a lot easier, because when I go up I tend to want to move my wrist this way, which would bring it away from the strings and kind of stop my mute. But if I do all down, it works out really well, huh? Let's go ahead and try that with me. Just get your palm here muting the strings. Not too much, you don't want to push down too much. See, that's nothing. That's with a nice mute. This is where I like it, but you could also squeeze down harder and actually change the pitch of your chord. So many different possibilities to this. So if this is a totally new concept for you, I'd recommend spending some time and just listening to how it sounds, experimenting with a little bit different pressure, a little bit of different placement, how far away you are from the bridge, and that sort of thing, and really find a sound that you like and make this part of your playing. Put your own spin on it to incorporate this into all the other things that you already do on the guitar. Okay, great. So palm muting, very useful. We can help kind of allow rhythms to be more clear and jump out, and we're going to talk about that in this video as well. We're going to start to use silence as a rhythmic element, which we haven't done in this series previously. We've always been sort of filling in the beats with different subdivisions, but we could also use silence as a very cool trick to create rhythmic interest. So we're going to investigate that in this lesson as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to enter into the practice portion now, and we can play along with these examples.